Hey guys, I thought I would start us out driving today before we get to our standard opening and give you a little bit of information for our ride today. We are in February of 2021 and we are down in Westlake, Texas, staying at the Thousand Trails Campground, Country Sunshine, which is a super nice park, by the way. And we are headed out on a CanAm ride to the Santa Ana Loop Trail, which is part of a U.S. fish and wildlife refuge for birds and for some other animals, but also for something called a owlet, which is like a bobcat. But we did not see this cat, and I didn't even actually know that that cat was part of this park until I started doing my research more for when I was working on the video. So the trail itself covers the northeast and west lakes. It's 7.6 miles. It's a moderate trail. It's known for flowers, hiking, running, biking, and birds. And at the time we were going there, it's February of 2021, so most parks require you to wear some kind of bracelet that they give you, very understaffed normally. This park has no staff, no bracelet, and even when we got there, there was not really any people there at all, which you'll see when we get to the park. So the Santa Ana Loop Trail is located in Alamo, Texas. So basically, in this video and ones we have coming up, it is HetteshWorld on the border. Now it's February of 2021, so it's not HetteshWorld on the border as of today. But it's very interesting because in our video, you're going to get to see the border wall, which was real interesting for us. I hadn't seen it, and at the time, I didn't know that it wasn't all finished. Especially in Texas, I assumed that it was finished, so seeing bits and parts of it here and there was interesting. And you see those water reserves that are on the sign just from so many years ago being able to irrigate the fields. Still, they're winter down there, so things are kind of dry and desolate looking. But it was an easy ride up to a certain point. So we are on a map, of course, and we are going to the All Trails map system, which we'll talk more about once we're on the trail. But it has a mapping service that you can use that gets you to the trail. Okay, so right here what you're seeing is part of the border wall off in the distance. I would like to say that's as close as you're going to get to it, but you're going to get a lot closer to it here in a little bit because of our mapping software that we're using. Now, what we did see down here is there's a lot of day laborers that come over and they're working in the fields, and then they do head on back, because there was intentional places left in the wall for them to come over as the road we passed right here, and then for them to go back at the end of the, I guess, work day. So as you see right here, Bob is pointing to the sign that shows the park entrance, but yet the map is having us go on. And actually I don't see a clear entrance there, but I'm sure there was one somewhere. But it's directing us to go down the road. And what we do now before we go at anything is we really check the path of where we're going to make sure it's right. It's going to have us turn here on this road between the cabbage fields, and it's going to lead us straight back. You may not have realized by now, but this is not the way to get into the park, but we were not aware of that at this point. So here's where it's going to tell you that the road's going to end, but the GPS from All Trails tells us to turn left on this road. Bob's already not too happy because we're on a gravel road. It's funny about keeping things clean and not having to dry on something, but this is more of a dirt gravel road that we're turning on now. And once we turn on it, we realize it's a big mistake because there's no place to turn around, as you can see. So here you go. I promised you the border wall. It's there in all its glory. And that is Mexico on the other side. This is a pretty rough trail that we're driving down. It's making us bottom out at some places. We're going pretty slowly on it, trying to determine where the hell are we? What the hell do we get ourselves into? You know, are we in danger? Are we not being safe? So we're both pretty uncomfortable at this point. So stay along for the ride and be with us because we will get to our destination, but it's a pretty bumpy ride getting there. So as you can see here, we are coming up on the site and Bob is kind of determining where we're going to go because this is actually the facility. So we continue on the road here, which leads us kind of to a dead end off the side of the building. So at this point, Bob's like, you know, I can't believe this. What are we going to be doing? You know, this is ridiculous. We drove a while to get there and I have no idea why All Trails took us this way, but they did. So at this point, we start heading back a little bit to where we saw the little bit of concrete to where the park is, where the stop sign is here. And there's not really anyone around. There's nobody working there. There's no one to help. So you know what? We're like, the heck with it. We're just going to turn on the path walking concrete way coming back in from the trail and head directly into the park area, building area. So Bob goes off to park, and we're going to get caught up with it here, and we're going to roll that opening. Hey guys.
I'm Bob.
I'm Barb, and together we make up
HetteshWorld.
Today is CanAm Ride Day.
Yep.
And guess where we rode to? Santa Ana Loop Trail. It's actually 3 trails,
Yep.
and it's 7.6 miles.
Right along the border.
So we think we can walk it, right?
Yes, we can.
So we'll see. Stay tuned. We're Bob and Barb. We've lived by the rules all of our lives, but in 2020, we threw that rule book out the window. We sold our home and moved full-time into an RV with our cat Amelia, and from now on, we will be living life our way. Don't you want to come travel in our world?
They offer for changing wheels on bicycles and put air in tires. It's kind of neat that they offer that like that.
Permit and wristband required for entry. See Visitor Center front desk. But I think the Visitor Center is closed. Okay. So we are on the Santa Ana Loop Trail. We went to All Trails, and All Trails Pro is supposed to navigate you here. Well, All Trails Pro, of course, brought us down this road here, as you saw. Mexico's over there. Well, the park leads down through here, but it's farther over. But there's no, yeah, we had to drive through the parking lot to get into where we could park. So this is supposed to be a 7.6 mile loop trail that leads you through the north, the west, and the east, I believe. I think it's a pretty easy, moderate walking trail, but I think there's some interesting things to see. It's definitely a wildlife refuge. It's not busy. We're using All Trails Pro for the first time. So Bob is in charge of the map. It's 7.6 miles. It does walk you right along the Mexican border by the Rio Grande over there. So we are here. So we can choose to go this loop. It says it's a loop trail. Oh, I see. I guess here's those bridges that you walk over, I thought. All right, Penn Trail is 2 miles, which is that way. The Tower Trail is not listed on the thing.
Let's go Penn Trail first.
Okay, Penn Trail it is.
It says Rio Grande.
Yep, very quiet and still. So we were excited about coming out here today, but the weather's kind of gloomy, and then it rained on us a little bit right in the motorcycle here, which we were fine. But then coming down that road, we were bothering out a little bit, which makes Bob a mad boy. So we'll see what we can do to loosen up his mood as we go. And we will leave through the professional exit instead of the back roads. So Bob's feeling a little bit better now. We're evaluating the All Trails Pro app. It's like $29.99 a year. You know where you are in case you don't have service. You're supposed to be able to check in with your family so they know where you are in case you go missing. We do have the map downloaded, and it is supposed to let you know even when it's downloaded if you go off the trail and are going the wrong way. Bob likes a map that tells you, streets and trail names and stuff. This is more just a line that kind of goes around the trail. And we'd like to be crazy on CanAm Ride days, then maybe not this crazy.
At least on the ride.
Yeah.
The map took us down a 2-mile dirt road.
We want you to enjoy the ride with us. That means you have to feel the anticipation and stress and worry on that dirt road you saw. But no, we want you to enjoy the ride with us and then enjoy where we are. That's the purpose of what we're doing. So Pintail Lake is ahead. Rio Grande is ahead, which is the one we were on. Wildlife Driving Towers is that way. So we're heading down toward the Rio Grande. This might be just a big circle. Be my first sighting of the Rio Grande River. So that means, oh, it's not even a circle.
That's Mexico.
There's Mexico. I've never seen the Rio Grande before.
It's supposed to be one of the most polluted rivers, but it doesn't look really. Let's walk back this other way.
Yep, look on the other side. Well, that was kind of neat. Careful.
River must flow pretty good when it's rainy season. As far as I want to go that way.
Yep. Well, we've seen the Rio Grande. Check one thing off this list this trip.
You've seen somebody's clothes.
Seen somebody's clothes, but came across the water.
Sweats in the sweatshirt.
Yeah. A little nerve-wracking because you can't see into it, but you can hear them.
Rabbits or rats.
Yep. Or snakes. Or lizards.
Yeah, I haven't seen any lizards. I would think they would thrive here. Snakes for sure.
Birds, probably. Thank you, Birdie.
On cue.
Birdie on cue. So we have decided to go from this trail and not finish it yet, but go to the bigger trail. We'll look at what they are up here.
Yeah, the one we just did was 2 miles. This one must be like 5-mile loop.
Which would be the big part of it. It's not hard at all. I'm looking for the swinging bridges, which I saw in pictures. So Pintail continues straight. So we don't want to go to the visitor center, which is that way. That's the trail we've been on, which was 2 miles. But is it Wildlife Trail? Wildlife Drive.
Yeah, I think we go left here. It's going to take us up all the way around the big loop.
Okay, well, let's do that. We'll walk on the road and we'll hit the cemetery along the way. I mean, with COVID, maybe that's why these parks aren't as crowded. I mean, which is nice because we can really enjoy it. But it's also a little fearful because you're just out all alone. But we like to be out all alone, so.
Yeah, it's very peaceful. Very nice breeze today. It's gorgeous.
Yep.
Gorgeous day for a 7-mile walk. It's a pump station. You probably can pump the water from the Rio Grande up into those lakes.
So I will search what the cost of the park is to get in and we'll list that if there's a charge. Normally they said you have to have wristbands, but nobody to give you one. You can ride your bicycles here. This is your tranquility moment. Choose carefully the paths you take, the friends you align with. Find your own way. Follow the path that matters most to you. That's what Bob and I do. We always follow our own way.
We're doing it right now.
Are you liking that map a little better now?
It's got us right here. We're going this way. Oop. And I think that is I think that's a lookout over the river. We're going to cross the lake right there.
So maybe we'll have one of them bridges.
There's some kind of bridge, and it looks like it crosses over here. We did a small little, we're going up this way. So we're going to be doing the full 7.6 miles.
So far on the trip, the only thing that I don't like about it is little shit that bites me in the back of my back.
Something little bug.
Yeah, right through my sling mod shirt. Sling mods, make a thicker shirt, a better shirt.
It tells you who's sweet and who's not.
I'm sweet.
Because I'm not getting bit.
That's very strange. Usually I don't get bit.
It doesn't like my Texas shirt because you don't mess with Texas. You definitely don't mess with a Texas t-shirt. The sun going in and out, but I'm glad it's mostly in because it'd be hot otherwise.
Yes, I feel good other than being bit in the back. Stabbed in the back. Veal. Thomas Walter Jones. Okay, why is there lots of bugs back here? 1827 to 1853.
26 years.
Treaty of Guadalupe ended the Mexican War in 1848 and designated the main channel of the Rio Grande as the boundary between the U.S. and Mexico. Major William Emery led the border survey. Thomas W. Jones, which is this gentleman, joined Emery's survey effort at El Paso while serving an assistant survey party.
It's all in Spanish.
All in Spanish.
Somebody can decipher that and send it back to us. I can say some of the crosses got solar lights and some don't.
Do they have any set carvings on the other side? So we don't know who's buried here, unknown.
1866 to 1926, 60 years old. That's just in front of some of the cemetery.
Yep.
We don't have any markings.
So maybe all these people are connected to the border crossing. I'll have to see if I can translate that, because that will probably tell us. And if I research it online, he was in charge of the survey, so I don't know if these people were part of that. I don't know. Thank goodness for All Trails and for Bob. We were heading off the trail. That's where the little dot is.
I mean, we're on a paved trail, so we thought we were on the right thing. And then when I checked it, after we went out of the cemetery, we thought we'd continue on the paved trail, but I guess we continue on the gravel trail.
Yep, we need to go back. Back to the real trails. Okay, back to the cemetery to continue. This is a desolate trail. Look, we're on a trail a cow wandered through at some point, eating grass. So we're definitely getting into more of a wooded trail on this loop. We are still on our All Trails map. Bob is making sure we're secure. So this is kind of cool. Oh, here's a little bridge. A little shaky on some of the boards. Definitely more hiking. So they do keep the trail taken care of. Something comes through here and blows it down besides people. Alright, so we are continuing on. We came to a crossroads where we could have gone back toward the visitor center, but we're going to push on to the top of the 3-loop trail because there's all kinds of spin-off trails, but we're on the big trail that takes you through all 3 parks. We finally made it to the tower, and I'm excited for my...
Your old rotten rope bridge.
I know. Ugh. Oh, it's not too bad. It's a little scary. Here. Woo! It goes downhill. Oh, look. Look, Bob. There's another one over there.
Oh, taller one.
I'm not going to that one. I came on this one because I wanted to walk on the bridge. Ooh! Ugh, there's a picnic area down there. Thanks. Did you hear him? He said when I stepped off the bridge, it what?
Made me go more uphill. That's the observation down.
Yep. I'm observing it from here. Are you?
I'm golden.
I feel pretty good.
You come back there. And...
Yep. You may go first down if you would like.
All right.
Be careful. So what do you think about that?
That was awesome. I liked it. I couldn't pass it up. Couldn't pass it up if it was there.
Yep.
We've already walked.
So we got here at a good time because the trail's getting crowded now. So we finished the trail. We did 6.8 miles.
It was plenty. We got to walk along some streams, walk through the forest. We also got to go up a tower and a rope bridge.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
So it's...
So would you recommend it?
Yes, I would.
I would recommend it. Bring water, definitely. Come early because as you saw, people are here now and it's crowded.
Yeah, it's really crowded now.
And while they're out walking and sweating, we're gonna go find
tacos.
So Bob, what happened here?
I got birded on.
At the bird sanctuary.
Yeah, the bird sanctuary got me.
And what's funny is you see that's almost toward the back of his helmet, and I'm right behind him, but my helmet is clean. And I am clean. Bob's been pooped on. So remember, we're HetteshWorld, so come travel.
In our world.